Since Christianity was used as a control device over humans of African descent, how does Quincy believe Christianity should be a good enough ethical guide for the issues of today's era, including the worshiping of destructive, genocidal, personality disordered politicians and celebrities? What do you think about
Jeez.
that?
That's a packed question.
It's true, but it's very relevant. I don't know if you've seen on
Uh,
my Twitter feed, but I constantly post all the evangelical and different pastors who are getting arrested for
well, it's
pedophilia
a
constantly.
it's it's the same thing with everything else. The problem with that, and this is a whole nother conversation with religion and Christianity. Like I said, and you already know my background. The problem with saying something like that is the same problem that we've been discussing. There's humans are capable of great evils, right? Christianity, when you look at stop looking at if you leave race out of the equation, when you look at
Well, hang
religion,
on, hang
just
on. Why are we leaving race out of the equation?
because you have to for this illustration, for this thought experiment. You have to. We're going to get back to it, but
Okay,
we
okay.
have to.
All right, go ahead.
So, what I'm trying to say is that Christianity, when you look at it, number one, this goes way beyond race because it's just basically humanity. Every human on this planet, every society has had a religion. We're not going to get rid of religion because humans need religion. And I'm not saying that that's a belief, that's the observation. Humans need kind of moral framework in which to operate and deal with each other. That's what they need. Now, if you take that for granted, that humans need some kind of moral framework in which to operate with each other, then you look at all the different religions and what have they done. And yes, Christianity, Islam, they all like Islam. Islam is a better example because Islam, a lot of people think that Islam is like just violent, just out of control. There's like these people who are doing the suicide bombings. There's a lot of stuff. You had the Ottoman Empire. You had all these different things. They've done pretty much the same amount of violence as Christians did with the Crusades, with all of that kind of stuff, right? Humans will take anything, race, religion, anything to kill each other or to love each other. So blaming a religion is kind of misguided. You you can take a national people have killed each other because they're different nationalities. You can't just say, oh, Christianity is bad because these people did this in the name of Christianity. That you can't do that because you can say that you can make that argument for every other religion.
Yeah, I don't.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, let me get back to what the question
Uh-huh.
was because I don't
Uh-huh.
think that the person said that Christianity was bad. What they
Hmm.
said was that Christianity was used as a control device over humans of African descent, which is a historical
Yes.
fact, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. And so, based on that history of
Hmm.
it being used in that manner, the question is, how do you believe it should be a good enough, ethical and moral guide based on the fact that it was used in that particular way? Because it hasn't been used as like a blanket evil thing. It's specifically been used to control black people.
It's been used to build nations. It's been used for good and
Right, it's
bad.
been used for other things too.
Yeah.
But the question is about it. You tried to pull race
Well,
out of it.
I don't understand. How do I answer that question? You're saying the question is, how do I reconcile the fact that it was used to control black people, right?
Right, and to now think that it can be used somehow as an ethical guide for everyone, given it was specifically used to target part of the humanity, not everyone, but to control part of humanity. So it created this divide based on Christianity. So
What
like,
I'm saying,
mhm.
what I'm saying is a lot of other things have been used to
Yeah, no,
control.
listen, no one would deny that other things have done that too, but we're talking about Christianity right
So
now.
if I can ask, the logic is, how do I ask that question about this one thing when the other things have done the same thing? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I mean, we can
Like, how
talk
do
about the
I?
other things too, but right now we're talking about Christianity. Like it's not one or the other. We could talk about multiple things, but like the question right now is about Christianity. Can you talk about that or not?
How? Okay, let me try to talk
Yeah,
about
just
that because it's
try.
just a weird that it's a weird conversation because the logic doesn't add up. That's just like saying, how do you drink water if like if you can die from drinking too much water, then like why are you drinking water? I'm like,
I don't think
because it
that
has
that's a
good
good
benefits.
analogy because ultimately, right? Like it would what a better analogy would be, right? Is that
Mhm,
if some people were told that water being force fed water until you die was a good thing, and then
mhm.
that happened to a certain segment of the population, how can we now tell people that how can we now use drinking water as being a good thing to like as like a blanket statement for everyone to equally benefit from? You know what I mean? Even if it's true, right? The fact that
Okay,
some people
I'm starting to get the question now, even if it's true. Okay, I think I'm getting the question now. That's a weird question. So well, maybe it's not such a weird question. The question is basically, how can it be possible? How can you do it
yeah,
knowing that
exactly.
this happened?
Even though
Okay,
it does have lessons that are universally like human.
okay, I see what
Yeah,
you're saying. I think the how can it be done is just to emphasize the good parts. The way I think, and going back to your water illustration, what I would do in that scenario, I'm like, here's the science, here's the data. Yes, water did kill those people. They were told bad things about how to use this water, but if you use it for these specific things, then you will live. You need water to live.
good.
That's
Okay,
what I
good.
say
All right,
about
let's
Christian.
take that. Okay, so let's apply
Okay.
that now to
Okay.
the race context because white supremacy was and still is being preached from the pulpit in many churches. I've talked to many pastors, okay, about this,
Okay.
and I mean, this is what they report. I'm not making
I'll
a.
take what you're saying for granted.
I mean, everyone I've talked to in religion talked to me about the fact that this is pervasive, like, and so like, ultimately, one of my goals, with the contraband wagon,
Mhm.
is I do want to take this conversation into churches. I want people to be
Oh
open.
boy.
Okay, well, why do you have that reaction?
Because no, it's I had that reaction because that sounds like a task.
Okay, so you know.
Sounds like a
So
talk.
so it's it was
It's not bad. It's just like that's a big thing to do.
I just think that it's very interesting you have that reaction because when I first said that it's white supremacy is pervasive and being taught from the pulpit, you rolled your eyes. But then when I said I want to go in
I
to have
didn't
a
roll my eyes.
yeah, you did.
No, no, no,
But
no,
then
no, no, no,
we
no, no,
have
no,
it on
no.
video, bro. But then
Ah!
but then,
No, no, no. What I'm saying is, well, I roll my eyes because I'm like, what is it? Because I'm like, whenever you say white supremacy, I'm thinking there's a dude that's like saying the white power, like Chappelle on that thing. White.
so then
That's what
what
I
should I
think
say to
of.
make that not come to your mind? Because I would
I don't
rather have
know.
a
Yeah, I don't know, man. But just go ahead.
no,
Look,
actually,
like,
I do want to know because like I think that you're not the only person who has that reaction when I say white supremacy. If there's a better way for me to describe what I'm talking about, I want to figure out what that is so I can be more
let
effective
me
when I
think about it. Let me
yeah.
think about it.
Yeah, think about that. Thanks for watching. For access to the full-length conversation and all of the 2-hour long unedited conversations that I've had on race, click the support link in the description below. Thanks for your support and see you next time.